Was Howie Roseman wrapped up Executive of the Year with a 4-0 start? I know we're marathoning, we're not sprinting, but pretty much every button he's pushed. I mean, A.J. Brown on draft day, my gosh, to give him to Jalen Hurts and say make something of it, and then to hit the defense the way that he did and the signings that he did, and flipping Jalen Reagor right before the season the way that he did. I mean, every button this guy has pushed, from Sirianni too a couple of years ago. My gosh, and they have the Saints draft choice as well in their back pocket.
Here's how I kind of look at this, Rich, and I was at their game on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
The defensive players of the game were James Bradbury, who made a diving interception when it was a 6-point game late in the third quarter that basically was the biggest play of the second half. In the fourth quarter, Hassan Reddick with 2 turnovers on strip sacks, a free agent who we got. I mean, those are both free agents. And Howie Roseman took advantage of the Giants' weakness in blowing the salary cap when Dave Gettleman was there. And so they get basically James Bradbury, a top 15 NFL corner, for $7 million for 1 year. It was a great signing. And then, look, Howie Roseman will tell you this, that it was Doug Peterson who really wanted Jalen Hurts because they had so many problems with injuries at the quarterback position back in 2020. And just remember, 2.5 years ago in Philadelphia, Doug Peterson, Howie Roseman, Jeff Lurie, they all thought that Carson Wentz was the quarterback of the future. So they were drafting Jalen Hurts as a great backup quarterback and a weapon to be used and all this. And it was Carson Wentz blowing a great situation by his play and his attitude in 2020. So that's why Jalen Hurts really got the job that he got, and he's made the most of it. Rich, what's amazing to me is we are in October in the first full season of no doubt starter Jalen Hurts, and he leads the NFL in yards per attempt, which with all the newfangled stats that people have come up with, that is still a great measuring stick barometer type number for quarterbacks. And Jalen Hurts at 9.1 yards per attempt, I mean, that's Dan Fouts, Dan Marino territory.
Yeah, and then they got the running game to support it, too. I mean, my gosh, to complement it, to maybe sometimes dominate, right? I mean, you play action, and then you got A.J. Brown, and you got Devontae Smith, you got Goddard, just to name 3 targets. They're going to be open with some yak ability. Like, that's the way to work it. And that's it.
You know what I think, Rich? When I look at the Eagles right now, and when I walked out of the lake the other day, I said, this is a team, when you can win on a day when it's raining sideways and it's 25-mile-an-hour winds and it's really cold, it's just an absolutely miserable day to play marbles, never mind to play football. And you go out and you play that way, play a different way than you played the first 3 games. What I thought was really cool, and Rich, sometimes after a game the story kind of writes itself, but after the game, I met with Jalen Hurts, and I thought the play of the game, they're down 14-0, and Jalen Hurts runs it in on 4th and goal from the 3.5 as a colossal goal line collision with Devin Lloyd, the Jaguars, scores, and now they're back in the game. And I had thought they were going to kick a field goal. They've been playing terrible on offense for the first 20 minutes. Just get some points on the board. But Sirianni chose to go for it. Anyway, they scored a touchdown. Hurts comes to the sidelines, and Sirianni seeks him out, and he says, you know why I went for it? He said, I went for it because I trusted you. And, when you're a coach's son like Jalen Hurts is, you know what he calls his father? Coach Hurts. He does. And when you're a coach's son, you grew up in Texas. You know what it means to you when your coach says, I trust you? That's everything. And that is how Nick Sirianni feels right now about this guy, and I think they're in a pretty good position.